You look fantastic.
I try to clean up for you.
You clean up real good.
I try.
No, you're always cleaned up real good. The last time you were here, you were with the entire cast of Scandal. A long time ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you had a reunion the other day.
We did. We got together at George's house. And we all came, everybody came dressed in regular clothes except for Tony and I. We were like the embarrassing parents at camp. We both had on like Scandal swag, you know, like sweatshirts and t-shirts and hats. And so it was so corny. Like everybody else was normal and we were goofy because we're stupid.
But that was a fun thing. So you just, for the hell of it, just had a reunion?
We do, we try to. I mean, we're really close, 7 years.
Yeah.
Being each other's besties,
yeah.
It's hard to let go, and we won't.
You refuse.
We will not.
Yes, next time everyone will dress up.
Yes.
But you've been really, really busy. So you did this, the movie that is now a movie, it was a play.
Yeah.
I can't, and we'll talk about that in a minute, I cannot believe you did that 8 shows a week.
8 shows a week.
And man, oh man, it's intense.
The hardest thing I've ever done.
Yeah,
for sure.
I can imagine. So we'll talk about that in a minute.
Okay.
But you just finished filming something with Reese.
Yes, Little Fires Everywhere.
I love that book.
Isn't the book
Yeah,
so
the book
great? You
was
have
great,
to read
yeah.
the book. Because we'll be out next year.
Yeah.
But it's a limited series for Hulu. We're really excited. I loved working with Reese. She's amazing.
She's busy too.
She's very busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a busy girl. But yeah, I love the book, so I'm so happy to hear that you're doing that.
Yeah. She's so good in it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And your dad had a cameo?
My dad is a featured background artist, he prefers to be called. He didn't have any lines, but this is him. And basically, Reese created a monster because he walked into the hair and makeup trailer and she was like, I knew the moment I met you that you were a star.
Oh, God.
I was like, how am I gonna take this guy home?
Yeah.
And he did a good job.
Did he pretend like he was talking in the background? Is that what he was doing?
He couldn't, because we would have had to pay him more.
Right.
And I'm not doing that,
but
even
they
for
pretend.
my dad. I'm a good producer.
Yeah.
But he, really what I've been doing is leveraging it for good behavior, right? So like if my dad misbehaves, I'm like, I could cut you out of that show.
Oh.
I'm a producer.
Smart.
I can cut you out of that show.
Smart.
So it kind of keeps him in check.
So he's a regular background artist.
He's a featured background artist.
Wow, well, we'll look for him then. That's really...
It is, he's like the only one. He's the only one standing in the background, and like his presence means something about Reese's emotional arc.
Oh.
So he really is a
So he really is featured. Oh, I thought you were just
extra.
kind of making fun of the situation.
Oh, no. No, he's an artist. The man is an artist.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Good. All right, so maybe we should feature him here just in the background.
He's going to destroy my career by being everywhere I go, in the background.
Every show you look. Wait, isn't that Kerry's dad? Is that him again?
He's kind of become Insta-famous, too.
Yeah.
I've done these videos with my dad. We're doing, like, facials for Neutrogena, and he loves it. He's been featured on all these shows.
Wow.
Yeah, he'll be offended that you didn't feature him longer. That one picture won't be enough.
I see. Well,
yeah. Maybe he can come on next time
he
with
seems
me.
high maintenance. No, he's...
I didn't say it, Dad. She did. However,
so
truth
look,
hurts.
let's leave that on the background the entire show.
Every guest.
No matter who's out here. You did something that is really important that a lot of people should be doing. You went door to door. You were in Virginia.
I did this weekend.
Because you were like, you got to get out and vote.
Well, what happens is every time that people are feeling frustrated with politics, which is happening a lot lately, I get all these messages on text or in social media about like, Olivia Pope, fix this. Olivia Pope, you have to save the day. And at first it was really funny. And I felt kind of cool to be so famous. But I've started to realize that it means we have forgotten our power, right? That people think that a pretend character on television has more power than we do. And that's not what a democracy is. Like, we all have the power to change our communities by voting and volunteering and showing up and running for community boards and commissions. But instead, we want to believe in this one candidate or this one imaginary character. So I've just been trying to knock on doors and tell people, like, you are more important than Olivia Pope. Olivia Pope can't vote.
Yeah.
You can.
Wow. Good for you for doing that. All right, let's talk about American Son.
Yeah.
This is the most intense, and
I've just realized my dad is still up there.
Yeah. He has to stay there. I don't want him to get mad at me.
Okay, good.
But American Son, explain what this is about.
So the whole film takes place in 90 minutes, real time, in the lobby of a police precinct. It's a black mom and a white dad who are desperately looking for their 18-year-old son who's just had an altercation with the cops, but we don't know exactly what. So it's like dropping into this nightmare of a parent's worst night and just really wanting to know where your kid is. And you know, it's every parent's worst nightmare to wake up at 3 a.m. and have your teenager not be home, but also when you are the parent of a black child, it's so much more complicated because of that fraught relationship between police officers and the black community.
Right. So you have a white cop, you have a black cop.
Yes.
And you talk about every scenario of race, which is so important. It really goes to so many different places.
We talk about a lot of different issues and a lot of different takes on the issue. And I think that's one of the reasons why I'm so proud of the film, because I think we're in a moment when we don't really talk to each other enough. Like, we tend to watch the news channels that are going to give us the news that makes us comfortable, and we only have conversations with people who think the same way we do. And at dinner parties, if somebody brings up something that makes us uncomfortable, we just change the subject. And I think for a long time I thought that a safe space meant that everybody should be comfortable all of the time, so avoid. But I'm starting to understand that I think really to have a safe space, that means that everybody in the room has to commit to being uncomfortable for a little bit of time.
It's really, it's interesting, and I agree with you. But when I heard you say that, you know, we all tend to watch the news that we want to watch, and any other news is, you know, they're wrong.
Yeah.
And we hang out with people who agree with us, and I think that it is making us more and more divided, and it is not working. We need to change this, because we all need to come together and figure out how we become a human race and not start judging each other the way we have been doing. Something has to change.
Yeah.
All right, more with Kerry after this.